Hello. Just going live in all the places. Like I say, this is the hard part. Okay, I am on and I have some fanciness set up that will hopefully enable me to talk to you and then also share my screen. So today, welcome to this week's Monday morning style session. These classes are going to come on and off during this session, but I'm excited to talk to you today about prints. I do have a full deep dive print video coming out on Friday, but I kind of wanted to do just a rundown of some pointers, some questions to ask yourself when you're looking at a printed item for your wardrobe. Now, to start with, nobody needs to wear prints unless they want to. Prints are very personal. There are prints that are modern and that are trendy right now that you might not love. And so you always have the option of opting out of a print. However, an all solid wardrobe can be a little flat. It can be a little bit boring. So if you want to bring in a few prints for spring or for any season into your wardrobe, I want to show you how to choose them successfully and how to pick some modern ones. So I am going to share my screen and I will have a Nordstrom window here to show you. And we're going to go through some prints together, and I'm going to share 5 strategies, 5 tips, 5 questions to ask yourself when you are considering a print. Okay, the first question to ask yourself is this print classic or statement? Now, let me just give you a quick rundown. We're going to look at the printed pieces here on Nordstrom. A classic print is a striped print, a polka dotted print, a simple plaid. Those are going to be the classic prints. So let's look at stripes together really quickly, because I've told you they're great unless they're not great. This is awesome. This piece from Vince Camuto, that's actually fabulous. And then a basic like Mariniere top like this. And look, Karen Kane has a nice one. Ann Barber has a nice one. So it does not have to be, it just needs to be simple. A really simple stripe like this, that's a classic print. So ask yourself, first question, and especially when you're evaluating prints that are already in your wardrobe, ask yourself, is this a classic print like a stripe? Or is it more of a statement print? So let's look at statement prints. And because this is where we go wrong, right? This is where things go very, very south or very, very awry. And I want you to know which prints are going to be modern all the time. So statement prints are anything that's not a basic stripe, a basic polka dot, or a basic plaid. Or a basic animal print. So simple animal print, simple stripe, simple plaid, simple dot. Those are going to be the classic prints. The rest of these are going to fall into a statement print category. So pretty much any other print, florals, geometric prints, abstract prints, those are all going to end up in the statement print category. Okay, so the second step to ask yourself is it an iconic statement print, an artistic statement print, or a nothing statement print? So iconic prints are prints that are represent a specific brand. So I'm gonna go into and I'm gonna show you what an iconic statement print can look like. So Marimekko is a brand that is known for its statement prints. And so this is an iconic Marimekko print. They never go out of style. Yes, they update them and they add different, details, over they update them and they make changes over the years. But Marimekko prints are always going to be Marimekko prints. They're very iconic. Another brand that is known for their iconic prints is Liberty. So Liberty prints are iconic prints. I don't know if they even have Liberty prints here, but it's an iconic like British floral print. And they really, they don't go out of style. It's just a classic print style. Classic and iconic, recognizable. People know Liberty prints. They know Marimekko prints. So you're asking yourself first, right? Is the print iconic or is it artistic? Now, an example of a brand that makes artistic prints is Johnny Was. Now, this is not Johnny Was. Though it's a brand that is known for artist-made prints. So they might not have it at Nordstrom. So we're going to look at Farm Rio. Farm Rio also has prints, Farm Rio is one of my favorite brands, also has prints that are designed by artists. So artistic prints, these are very clearly prints that are Farm Rio prints. You cannot find these exact prints anywhere else. So that's what I mean by an artistic print. An artist created these prints specifically for this brand. So first category statement prints that are going to be safe and going to be fabulous are iconic prints. The second category are artistic prints by brands like Johnny Was, by brands like Farm Rio, Desigual, Veronica Beard to a lesser extent, like contemporary brands, Alice and Olivia, that contemporary brands that are usually on the higher end, that are known for their signature prints and create prints that are unique and specific to their brands. These are artistic prints, and these are always going to be modern and stylish. Again, your personal preference, your personal style is going to play a role in this, but these are modern and stylish prints. Farm Rio is one of my favorites. Then the final category, and I'm going to backtrack over to the main prints page here, because the final category of prints that can fall under a statement print but are not always fabulous is what I call the nothing print. Now, a nothing print is a print that is, this is sort of a nothing print. Sorry, Kate Spade. Kate Spade is known for fabulous prints most of the time, but that's like a blah print. But this Zoe and Claire dress, this is a nothing print. Why is this a nothing print? Because it's a print that is a little blah. It's a little boring. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. This is fine. It's just a very basic, usually a nothing print is neutral with a small geometric pattern. It's a print that doesn't really add any fabulous style to the item, but it's also not an awful print. So these are kind of what I call in between pieces. They're not going to blow anyone away with their fabulousness, but they're absolutely not frumpy or dated or awful. They're just kind of in that middle zone, right? So these are nothing prints. These are prints that are just they're okay. Actually, this Bella Doll shirt is kind of a nothing print. This Nick and Zoe shirt, kind of a nothing print. Whereas if you see the Saint Cassette shirt next to it, on the other side here, this is a modern statement print from Saint Cassette. So again, might not be to your liking, but it's a modern print. The one in the middle from Sibon, I would actually say, is sort of a nothing print, even though it's a little bit bolder. It's not like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, but it's also not bad. It's right there in that middle zone. Okay, the next thing you want to ask yourself is the print on an expensive item of clothing? Notice this shirt is $345. I'm not saying you need, all of your prints need to be $345, but I will say this is and some of you may hate this and think it's frumpy and may think I'm crazy, but this is a modern floral. This is a very on-trend floral this season. The ruffles, the colors, everything makes it very modern. But again, not going to be to everyone's taste, but this is a modern floral print from a modern brand, Saint Cassette. It's a contemporary brand. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But it's also expensive. And that is a sign, not always, but it's a very good sign that you are looking at a modern print, because contemporary brands tend to be more expensive, and they hire artists to make prints that are unique to their pieces. I was saying that about Farm Rio and Desigual, Veronica Beard, Alice and Olivia. These are all brands that have artists, and they, they're I guess they call it surface artists or pattern artists that create patterns that are unique to the brand. And so that elevates the item and makes it more expensive. Often the items will be in silk and will just be better quality, but really the print is on an expensive item is going to be a different quality level, a different aesthetic than a print on an inexpensive item. That said, in Friday's video, I have lots of prints from great inexpensive brands that are also contemporary, but price is just one of the factors that you're going to look at when you're trying to determine whether a brand is contemporary or not. So that's the next, or a print is contemporary or not. So the next question is it a classic brand or is it a contemporary brand? We're going to compare these two side by side. Nick and Zoe is a classic brand. It's a brand that is a little bit more traditional and it's aesthetic, more along the lines of Talbots and Chico's and Jones New York and some of those other brands we've known for a really long time. Saint Cassette is a contemporary brand. So you want to ask yourself, does this print come from a classic brand or a contemporary brand? That's going to be a clue right there, whether it's a modern statement print or a potentially dated statement print. My guidance is always to try to shop statement prints from contemporary brands and shop the classic prints from the classic brands. So again, like classic prints, classic brands, statement prints, statement contemporary brands. It's just an easy rule of thumb. So here's an Alice and Olivia print. This print is clearly an iconic print. It's a statement print. It was designed for Alice and Olivia. Alice and Olivia is a contemporary brand. This is a more expensive item, but this print was designed specifically for them. You may like it or not like it, but it is a contemporary print from a contemporary brand. Now, if we go back here and we look at Maggie London has this abstract print. I think this is going to be fine. It's a little bit more of a classic print. And this is a brand that can go one way or the other. They can have some fabulous items. Actually, this is really, really, really nice. Everything about this is really nice. This is sort of a modern version of a more classic print. This is really nice. The shape is really nice and modern. The style, the fabric, and then this print is nice and modern. One of the reasons this print works is because it's only two tones, so it's not a statement print from Maggie London. A statement print from Maggie London is going to be a little bit more. Some of them are good, some of them are not. So the thing about brands like this is that Maggie London is going to be hit and miss. Alice and Olivia is going to be spot on every time. Now, again, you may not love it, but it's going to be spot on every time. Here's an example from Karen Kane. This is clearly an example of a nothing print. This is a classic brand. It's a brand that is not in the contemporary category. And this is like a print that I would say, if this was striped or polka dotted or plaid or animal print, it would be a lot better. If it was solid, it would be a lot better. The print does nothing for this piece. So again, that question, that fourth question to ask yourself is the brand classic or is the brand contemporary? So first question we asked ourselves, is the print classic or is it statement? Second question you asked yourself is it iconic, i.e. Marie Mecco, Liberty, etc., or is it artistic, Johnny Was, Farm Rio, Desigual, or is it a nothing print, like just a very simple, small scale geometric print? Third question to ask yourself, is it an expensive item? If it's an expensive item, they had a specific artist make that print for them, and it's going to be a directional and artistic and statement making and modern print. Fourth question to ask yourself, is the brand classic or contemporary? And then the fifth question to ask yourself is the silhouette modern? So when we go back to this Maggie London dress, where did it go? The silhouette of this dress is modern. Now that same print on a less modern silhouette would not have looked as nice. So it's the intersection of the print and the silhouette that really makes a difference in some items. So let me see if I can find an example of that. Oh, that dress from Steve Ballin is amazing. Okay, this, spoiler alert, this actually shows up in my video on Friday. This is the top that almost had me in tears because it breaks every single rule. So this is a bad print on a bad silhouette. If this print without the border was on something really cool and really modern looking, it would look a lot better. Would it look amazing? No, but it would be 100 times better. So you've got a silhouette that's you've got pattern placement that's definitely not modern. That border is definitely not modern. And then you've got a print that's also very kind of blah. Let's look at this other Karen Kane top and analyze this one, because I feel like this is a nothing print. Okay, so this is a nothing print, but on a more modern silhouette. We're seeing a lot of sheer stuff happening in style right now. So this is way better. Now, again, this print on that other top would have been a disaster. But this print on this top, because this is kind of a trendy thing that's happening right now, makes it a lot more modern. So you want to ask yourself, is the silhouette of the piece modern? Is the style of the piece modern? Or is the style of the piece like this one? Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me see if I can see any questions. Should you avoid prints over 50 in grain? Absolutely not, Dawn. There is no reason to avoid prints at any age. Prints can be a fabulous way of showing your personal style. And a great print is a great print is a great print and really can be a personality piece. So you want to ask yourself, how do you feel about prints? And how can you work them into your wardrobe in a way that feels like, where they feel like you, Here we're looking at prints from Millie at Faherty, 1520, Ted Baker London, Diara Blue. These are all really, really good print brands. Now, if you want a print, but you don't want to spend $345 or whatever on a printed top, there are a lot of brands that do prints that are affordable, but modern. Mango is one of them. So you're really going to want to look at brands like Mango, Topshop, H&M. I'm going to have a bunch of good print brands in my video on Friday, but contemporary brands, Mellow Day, love it. Contemporary brands do prints really, really well, no matter what the price point. Price is just simply one of the many indicators of a potentially fabulous print. Free People's another brand, not inexpensive, but that is known for its iconic prints. Petal and Pup, everything from Petal and Pup is under, pretty much everything I've seen from them is under $100, and they have some great prints. So let me recap. You want to ask yourself, is the print classic or statement? Number two, you want to ask yourself, let me go on screen for this. Okay, as a recap, is the print a classic print? Again, that's a very simple stripe, a very simple dot, a very simple animal print, or a very simple plaid. Or is it a statement print? Anything that doesn't fall into those categories is a statement print. So a floral, a mixed print, an artistic print, a geometric print, a blurred print. Those are all statement prints. So that's the first question to ask yourself. If it's a classic print, that's always safe. If it's a statement print, you're going to want to go on to question number two. That question number two is the print iconic? In other words, very signature and specific to a brand. Farm Rio has iconic prints. Liberty has iconic prints. Marimekko has iconic prints. There are plenty of brands that have those iconic prints. The second question to ask yourself about a statement print is it artistic? Again, Farm Rio, Johnny Was, Desigual, these brands that design their own patterns and have artists that design their own patterns, that's an artistic print. And then the third question to ask yourself about a statement print is it a nothing print? Like, is it a very small scale geometric print? That's not going to make the item dated, but it's not really going to add anything to the item. Those are all going to be safe categories. So those are questions to ask yourself. If you're looking at a statement print, is it iconic? Is it artistic? Or is it a nothing print? The third question to ask yourself about your statement print items is it expensive? Is the statement print from an elevated, expensive brand? If so, they have, again, those are artistic prints or directional prints or iconic prints. Those are prints that are always going to be modern. So then the question is going to be, do I love the print or do I not love the print? But they are going to be modern because they were designed now for a contemporary brand. Fourth question to ask yourself is the statement print from a classic brand or a contemporary brand? Another clue as to whether it's a modern item or a not modern item. Contemporary brands will always have modern prints. Whether the print is always the best print for you or not is a different story, but the prints will always be modern. Classic brands have some modern prints, some hits, some misses. And because they're more hit or miss, you really want to ask yourself, you want to go back to the questions and really train your eye by looking at the contemporary prints from brands that do prints really well, and then find a version of that at a brand that you know fits you well, a Karen Kane or a Maggie London or Nick and Zoe, whatever. Find a version of that at a brand that fits you well in your size, and that's going to be like, you want to train your eye to spot the really good prints. Finally, you want to ask yourself, is the silhouette modern? You can have a fabulous polka dot and an awful dress. I'm going to give some examples of that on Friday. You can have a fabulous stripe on a very frumpy silhouette. So that it's the combination of print and silhouette together that really can make or break an item. So I hope that you guys found this helpful. I know prints are hard. But that's why I'm here for you. If you're not already a Netta Manley Style VIP, then absolutely I would consider joining, because you can share. I even have a whole category on Friday's video about check with me brands. Like if you're looking to shop Maggie London, check with me first. If you're looking at shopping Karen Kane, check with me first. Check with me brands, because they're brands that have great prints and also awful prints. And I want to guide you to finding pieces in your wardrobe that are going to make you feel beautiful. Final tip: if you have statement tops in your wardrobe that are more than 5 years old, especially statement tops from classic brands like White House Black Market, like Chico's, like Talbot's, like Maggie London, like Karen Kane, those are now dated. That ship has sailed on those pieces, unfortunately. Statement prints from 5 or more years ago are, especially from classic brands, are almost always going to be out of style. If you have any questions about specific items, absolutely pop in the group and share them. I'm going to be talking about prints and about spring shopping all week long. So I'll have lots more examples. So if you're not following me on all the different places, Instagram and social, YouTube and all the different places, definitely do that, because we're going to get into this all week long. So love you guys. Sorry, this week was a little bit longer, but prints, again, lots to unpack with prints. Don't forget, tomorrow's video is all about what to buy for spring. And then Friday's video is a deep dive into prints. Love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.